All right, so this is a match from Attacker324 against Sir Benton on Okefenokee. And Attacker actually asked me to look at this one and give some advice and some feedback. So I figured, why not open this one up and see what's going on? Okefenokee, right at the start of the war, turn one means that the EFEC have no mission supports, and the Americans should have air support, I believe. I don't recall the map directly, like right off the bat. So here's one thing: you're doing your gunships. I actually really like this. That you've got the gunships out. You can scout. One thing I want to point out, just like right off the bat, is you zoom in here and you get eyes on him. What do you see? What I see is I see a command vehicle and I see a transport. So that's a command vehicle, a transport, and then likely an infantry inside the transport. So then what could his fourth unit be? It's likely either going to be a tank or it's going to be another infantry since you didn't see any gunships in the air. Um, it's most likely what people do is they take an infantry and they'll just walk him to Alpha to secure that one. Or he's going to have a tank that's coming in. He's going to strong arm and try to muscle you. So just stopping right here and looking at it, you kind of have to like start to think like, okay, if he's taking that transport and that command vehicle, he's going somewhere trying to secure something. I see that attacker. You've got a transport and an infantry that are going to Foxtrot, and you've got an engineer walking to Sierra. Um, One thing I would want you to do is just take your gunship and just go a little bit more forward. Be okay with like letting him know that you're there, and be okay with like just like staying outside of his range but still being able to scout more of it. So get your gunship up there into like a scouting position. Stay on the other side of the swamp there, so like he can't shoot at you. Keep eyes on what he's doing. That's your like big advantage here with your gunship is to just keep your eyes down into his LZ to see what he deploys and when. But so far, like this is a good start. With your gunship though, like right now, I want you to know like spot what is he gonna be doing with that transport and command vehicle. And it looks like he's sending his transport and his command vehicle towards Delta or to Bravo. And I actually want to point something out here for Sir Benton too. This is something that like I spot here that tells me that you've got a little bit of learning on how you group your units and how you command your units together. So one thing I see here is your transports and your command vehicle are moving in sync in line, and your command vehicle is actually slower than your transports. And so when if you tell your transports and your command vehicle to move at the same time, they'll get into a line and they'll go together in a line going out towards the uplink or towards the location that you selected. What I want you to do instead, Sir Benton, is tell your transports to move and then independently tell your command vehicle move. That will make sure that your transports are moving full speed towards the uplink, and your command vehicle will already be moving full speed anyway because your command vehicle is the slowest of the group. It should always just make sure it's going full speed, and then your transports can go full speed. They might outpace your command vehicle by a little bit, but we're talking like maybe 3 seconds total, maybe 4 seconds between when your transports reach a location and when your command vehicle shows up. Not enough that it really like this early on will be that much of a big deal. But what it can do is, if you do it the way I said, is your transports can make sure that they actually get to the location to secure an uplink on the full speed that they should be going. So here's again where you saw a transport, you saw a command vehicle attacker. Get that gunship up towards Alpha so you can see what he's deploying. Like use that gunship to your advantage right now. Um, you know that he has a transport and a command vehicle going like Bravo Delta. You should be watching to see where they're going. Are they going Bravo? Are they going Delta? Are they going Zulu? Like look at what he's doing. Figure out what he's doing and how you're going to respond and then get ahead of him. So if he's right now going to Bravo, the way I would look at this is actually getting ahead means your rifleman, Unit 2, now have free reign to run all the way to Yankee because he's got nothing on that side of the map. So you could even run your rifleman all the way to Yankee, secure Yankee, and then maybe just pull that rifleman back off the uplink, either going up towards Delta or just back into the trees in the swamp there so that they're ready for like a sneak attack later on. or they're just scouting. If the enemy sends anything from Alpha to Yankee, you're kind of just off in the distance, just enough that you can scout, but not close enough that they're going to get detected by stealth. But that's kind of how you have to look at this information of where we're at right now in this moment, 2 minutes into the game. Your opponent's going Bravo, Delta, Zulu somewhere, and you've got guys out at Foxtrot. I like that you deployed 2 tanks here. This is actually really good because that means you can go somewhere with them and do something with them. I like that you also ran your transport back to pick up your engineer. That's really good use of your transports. That's really good, making sure that they have a dual purpose and they're not just dropping the transport of riflemen at Foxtrot and then the transports are sitting at Foxtrot, which is what I see a lot from a lot of people actually. So I like that you're kind of using that transport for multiple purposes. Now it looks like your opponent is securing Bravo, so that's where like awesome. Your rifleman could already almost be at Yankee before he could ever get anywhere near it. If you had gone the Yankee side, and then I see you're running to Zulu. So if you look at this, you're going to take Delta, you're going to take Zulu, you're going to push Force Recon. If you had been taking Yankee and Zulu instead, then you would have pushed Force Recon, and then Delta would be the next one to secure. Because Delta is in the middle, it makes it a lot easier for you to get to it and make sure you secure it. So even if your opponent comes back over and takes Yankee, you can already be at Delta before he could even get to Yankee. And since your opponent went to Bravo here, if you had gone to Yankee with your rifleman and secured it and then come up to Delta, you could have already had all these tanks, the artillery, the gunships, all that stuff around Delta, protecting it and getting ready for you to be able to walk up to Delta to secure it. Your gunships, your tanks haven't moved yet. It looks like you're moving your artillery kind of up towards Delta. Fine with that. It looks like you've got tanks at Delta, but you have no transports with them. That's kind of where I would probably not have deployed just 2 tanks, or if you were going to deploy them, don't just send them up there yet. You know, you really want to make sure your tanks and your artillery have transports with them. So deploy another transport here. Like that gunship, like what do you have to stop his gunship that's out right now? You only have your transport. You have 1 transport. Don't deploy it. Don't deploy. Oh, you deployed. You're about to secure Zulu. So right there, I would have rather you waited to deploy until you secured Zulu. You would have had 12 command points. You would have maybe had that 13th command point that you end up losing that 1 on, but I would still rather you wait till you have that. Then you have 12 and you can deploy the rest of your units. It's not looking like it's gonna matter because it's now 9. Deploy a transport. Deploy a transport. Deploy 2 transports. I don't know how many you need, but your opponent's just kind of driving at you, and you've got him right now. Like you've got this win. Go from Yankee. Yeah, I love that. You're going to Yankee. Good job. Ignore his transports. Just go right after his tank that's the furthest away, the one that can't stop you. You've got your artillery and your tank on his 1 transport, which means your 2 gunships should be moving in together at the same time. If you don't know, you can shift click on the unit cards at the bottom of the screen to select both gunships at the same time. But that's what I would say you should do, is to shift click, send both your gunships in right now. Don't even worry about retreating. Just send both of them in and go after his tanks. His tanks are the only thing that are dangerous to you right now. He even airstrikes your artillery, which is the worst possible thing he could do to you. So the tanks are the most dangerous thing to you right now because his tanks can take out your transports, and your transports are the only thing that can stop his gunships, and his gunships are the only thing that can stop your tanks. But he doesn't have transports, so you have a better combat chain thing here going on. Your transports are down. Get Unit 9 into that transport and just start having them drive up to Bravo, so that you're going after that uplink already. Looks like you've got 9 and 10 just still sitting in the spawn, and 11. You got them attacking the gunships for some reason instead of attacking the tanks. Your engineers are dealing with the gunship for you, so switch over. Yeah, nice job spotting that engineer there that's in the open. Deal with him with the artillery. You've got 12 command points. Yeah, rifleman and a transport. Send Unit 9 and Unit 10 to Bravo. Get some more tanks out. Oh, don't go. Oh, what's Unit 2 doing? Coming off a Yankee. Are they going towards Alpha? They should just stay on Yankee. There's no point in trying to go and take too much. Right here, your goal is to defend what you have because you've already got you already have enough to win. You have victory condition right now. Oh yeah, see, like Unit 2 has no business being here. All you need is to like get a tank and a transport and just drive them all the way to Yankee and defend it. Your gunship should just be hovering around Delta, dealing with anything around Delta, like Zulu, Bravo, any tanks that come up. You just have the gunships fly around in a group of 3 and just deal with it. Your Unit 2 should have just stayed on the uplink. I don't know why they're off the uplink. It looked like you were really in control, and then that fight started, and I started to see like a little bit of panic out of you. And I think you were just trying to do too much here. Like, you get your gunships killing his tank off. Okay, no, it's fine. His tank's done. Deal with his command vehicle. Your engineers can deal with it. I noticed you do a lot of like click and drag over your units. Like, you don't have to do that. You can just click on their cards on the bottom is how I prefer to select my units and tell them what to do. Yeah, here your riflemen are going down because even after you saw their riflemen, you didn't tell your riflemen to just get in cover. Unit 10's just kind of sitting, like, get them to Bravo. He's airstriking you. Okay, that's even better. That's like the best thing he could have done there was he just airstruck you, but now your engineers are going to go down too. He's got you scrambling when you don't need to be. Like, you just took your engineer from Zulu to try to go secure Bravo when you didn't need to. I mean, yes, you kind of needed to because the timer's out now, because Yankee went down, but Yankee only went down because of a mistake you made. Just deploy a bunch of units right now. Like, you have units sitting in the base still. You've got tanks deploying now. That's good. I can't stress this enough. Once you're in DEFCON, like you do this at the beginning of the game. I see people do this a lot at the beginning of the game, but they don't do it once DEFCON hits. Deploy transports of riflemen and have those transports of riflemen go secure uplinks. Like right now, if you had a transport of riflemen picking up to go to Yankee, you could go after it. If you had a transport of riflemen going after Bravo, you could go after it. You'd send some tanks with you, but you should do that. You have 12 command points and you have 10 reserves still. You don't have 12 units on the field. And he's just throwing himself at you. Unit 5, a rifleman is still sitting in your LZ, by the way. Still. I wouldn't even like worry about telling your tanks to attack the transports. I would just tell them to move somewhere. Like, click on the map so that they move towards Bravo or something. This is good. Secure Yankee. Like I said, you got to get a transporter rifleman and start moving to Bravo or something, because your opponent's retaliation here in order to win is to secure Delta or secure Zulu. And if he gets either of those, he's going to stop you from being able to do anything. Units entering the battle space. No eyes on us, Central. Okay, so right here, you're about to secure Yankee. You've got 9 reserves. You've got another rifleman deploying in your LZ, which is interesting because you already have one sitting back there. That's not doing anything. But if you're going to deploy a rifleman, deploy a transport with them and get them moving. Deploy some tanks to go with it and just send the whole column like up towards Bravo. Have another transporter rifleman that's also going to Delta, just prevent the enemy from securing Delta. Like I said, your goal is to like stop them from securing anything. And if you can secure Bravo, in addition, that would force your opponent's hand. Funny enough, you like sent Unit 2 to go get into the transport instead of just deploying a new transport. You only have 1 transport on the field, have 2. Like, why are we at this point and you only have 1? Your artillery too. Like, if you're gonna have artillery, just deploy a second one. Okay, so how does your opponent, what does your opponent do here? Maybe he pushes the Yankee side. He's deploying a massive force back there. Yeah, he's got a massive force deploying behind Yankee there. You need to also have your own massive force that's like getting up there and getting ready because he's gonna be coming after you. If I'm you right now, I'm going after Bravo, like with a big force, and I'm gonna have a transporter rifleman that goes right to Bravo, and I'm gonna have another transporter rifleman that deploys the rifleman like off to the side of Bravo, so that way if he WMDs Bravo, you can just walk in right after. But like, look at this massive force your opponent has here. This is insane, and he's not doing anything with them either. He's just amassing them. But that's gonna come down on you pretty soon. So you're never going to secure alpha here in this phase. You need to go to Bravo. You need to have contingency. There's a minute and 30. Deploy. Just start deploying more units. Like, there's no point in not having the units out. He's airstriking you, which is, again, really dumb. What's he even airstriking? Nothing? Nothing. Okay. So, yeah, I think your opponent may have just given up and he's just deploying units and just kind of waiting. I don't know what you're doing with that. Artillery. Like, why are you clicking and dragging? Just click on their unit card on the bottom and then tell them to move. You don't have to do the, like, normal RTS click and drag and then... Looks like he WMD'd. Yeah, just WMD him. Nice. Probably hit your artillery. Oh. He EMP WMD'd you. Wait. He WMD'd your LZ so he could kill off your artillery as it was deploying. That's interesting considering everything's recruits right now. Turn 1. Or is this turn 1? Or is this last? Or is this right at the end of the last war? I'm assuming turn 1 since this is all recruits. But yeah, it looks like this match is over. It ends here. Okay. So the advice, let's go with like 3 stages of advice. Advice number 1, 2 minutes, you get information that he's going alpha to Bravo or Delta or Zulu. You take your gunships away from your ability to scout. I would have rather you just keep your gunships up there and like make sure you identify where he's going. Since he was going Bravo Zulu, your rifleman from Foxtrot had a complete clear opening to go all the way to Yankee, which is typically seen as on the side of the alpha side. So like Alpha Yankee Bravo would be their 3, yours 3 would be Zulu Sierra Foxtrot. So you can take Yankee, which is on his side, and then you can just either stay on it or you can walk all the way up to Delta to secure Delta if once Force Recon got, or once DEFCON got pushed. And then the next phase is in sort of this mid-game area. You get Delta, you're getting Zulu. You get DEFCON pushed here. He starts just walking at you with his transports. It's right here when you've got a transport, 2 tanks. You got a rifleman that's deployed from Delta is going to walk to Yankee. You've got a rifleman in the LZ. You got 9 command points and you're in DEFCON. I want to see all of these 3 units get deployed, like right now. And I want one of them to be a transport to pick up your rifleman unit 9 and to take them somewhere. And then the other one can be another gunship, and then just keep all 3 of your gunships working together. And then the final one is probably, the way I play this, I'd be picking up another transport. I just have 3 transports out there, my 2 tanks, and then actually it's probably like a second artillery just to have 2 that can really hammer down any advances from the enemy. So let's call it artillery, a transport, and a gunship. Have those 3 gunships. And then as you go into this fight, you get a little nervous. Like you're doing that click and drag thing there for, I don't know why, but you're already on their camera, so you already probably have them selected on the unit card. But either way, I'd have both make sure both gunships are working together right here, and they should both be attacking his tank. And your gunship should never stop attacking his tanks. Like for some reason, you're just moving your gunship up. It looks like his transports do come out underneath you, but like look, pause here. Look how his transports are right here, which is this square on the mini map, and you have all of this room, this big circle around their tank. Down here, right by Bravo, you have this huge wide circle that your gunships could fly and shoot at his tank without taking any anti-air damage at all. So you could just be sitting right here between Alpha and Bravo, shooting his tank from behind, and he would have no way of stopping you from doing that. Um, your tanks are up there to deal with his transport, and your tanks are up there to deal with his command vehicle combat drones. Then once his gunships kind of have free reign right now because he has too many tanks and you only have the one transport, so you have to keep your transport back. But you just need to, you know, be willing to like skirt around the transports in order to take out the enemy's tanks. And then if we jump ahead to here, you kind of start to panic. Like for some reason, you secure Yankee. This is the big highlight here. Is I see you secure Yankee, and you just start telling him to go to Alpha, and you don't need to. You're just kind of opening yourself up. And then right here, like immediately after that, um, your riflemen's actually spotted the enemy's riflemen, so it looks like they don't have stealth, and your riflemen are still moving. I think you're too focused on the battle that's going on, which again, you're just really scattered with your battle. You need to like be focusing. You need to have like all the gunships or the tanks or the artillery just like focused on the same enemy. But yeah, your riflemen end up walking into them there. Once this happens, I just start walking back to Yankee, like, or sit them in cover right here so they get stealth back and they keep their shields. Once they get their shields back up, then you can go back in. But you just kind of let them go down a little bit. I have no problem with his tanks just being on you at Zulu there. I would just send your gunship over to kill it off and then not worry too much. But yeah, at this point, like you opened him up to being able to take Yankee, which then gave him command points that he could have gotten a big army and come after you at Bravo. And then as we get into the actual late stages of the game, it's just a matter of you've got reserves, you've got 12 full command points, and your bar is not filled with units, or at least like what I would call close to filled with units. And even then, when you do fill it with units, you really only have one transport on the field. So get your transports, get your riflemen, get moving across the battlefield. Get ready to start securing some uplinks. Um, having two transports with riflemen and them going off in two different directions. One's going to Bravo, one's going to Yankee, or one's going to Bravo and one's going to like Delta to be ready. So you can start securing Bravo, and if your enemy is anywhere near smart, he'll just nuke Bravo to stop you from being able to secure it. And then you have another transporter rifleman that's just sitting off in the back. Just once that nuke's done, all right, I'm gonna drive them up and take Bravo now instead. And now he can't stop me at all. So that's my advice for you. Good job getting a win here for the EFEC against America, even when they have airstrikes. If I'm on Sir Benton's side, your start was just really slow getting Bravo and getting Alpha. And then if you're paying attention, Sir Benton, once you get Bravo secured, you should have noticed that Attacker had Delta, Foxtrot, and Sierra. From there, you don't have time to secure and upgrade Bravo. You got to pick up that infantry from Bravo and drive them immediately to Zulu and secure it, because you have nothing on the west side of the map that's going to allow you to go take Yankee. And even when you finally did try to go take Yankee, you did it really late. So once you got Alpha and Bravo, I would have liked to see you, Benton, get a transport out so you could pick up your infantry from Alpha, drive them to Yankee like right away. That would have given you a chance to have those three, possibly even those four uplinks, and then you can start amassing and kind of going after Delta, Zulu, whichever side you need in order to. Well, you're going to need Delta at that point in order to keep DEFCON on the enemy. Um, but yeah, that's sort of the takeaways from this. So hope you guys enjoyed this one.